Inside Ballhockey.com, Haig Bowls Arena for the 2019 Clash of the Titans Championship Sunday. It is quarterfinal matchups time as the Pittsburgh Gods will face off against the Ottawa Godfathers. Face-off won back by the Pittsburgh Gods as they move their way through the neutral zone. Played back into the Ottawa end. Now to the near side. Through the neutral zone come the Godfathers, east-west across the floor. Ottawa, by the way, wearing their black uniforms with the white tuxedo trim. Pittsburgh plays it through the neutral zone now, deeper into the Ottawa end. Around the net it goes as we take a look at the starting goaltenders. In goal for the Ottawa Godfathers, 0-0, it's Claude Blondeau. And at the other end of the floor, Pittsburgh Gods, it'll be 29, John Refgage. Shot on goal, turned aside. Now Ottawa with speed coming here on the near side. Here's Purdy. Played up the floor, far side. Pittsburgh will go for the change. As we've played a minute, only the one shot on goal so far. These two teams met in the round robin format, tied 3-3. That was the first game for both these teams on Friday night. Pittsburgh ended up finished second through round robin play. Ottawa 7th. Now to the near side, chip up to the middle. 3-on-2 across the line. Good defensive play by Ottawa allows them to come into the neutral zone. Adam Joel. He chases after it. He's bumped off the ball. Board battle here in the near corner. And we get our first whistle with 10:08 remaining here in the first period. Pittsburgh's second place through round robin Friday and Saturday. They went a record of 2-0-1. And their only blemish, of course, that being that tie against the Godfathers, a 3-3 game. But both these teams, they know each other very well, played each other in so many tournaments. As that block shot right off the face. Seems to be shaking it off. The whistle was blown for him to go off the floor as he blocked it right in the face. Shakes it off and seems to go off. A little frustrated, the whistle came. So they'll change things up for the Gods here with 10:02 remaining in the first period. Basil Boulos. Thought he'd won the draw cleanly, but they'll do it again. Face off to the right of the goaltender. Now Zach Rumi will come in to take the draw for the Godfathers. Ball battle here on the near side wall. Pittsburgh takes it behind their own end. Around the dasher board. Good pinch from Ottawa to keep that play in. That was Alex Martin on the point. Now Rumi. Plays it on his backhand, chases it to the near wall. Kept in again by the Godfathers. James holding the shot, and we get a stoppage as the goalie smothers the ball. Seconds. 9 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in the first period of play of quarterfinal Sunday. The Midnight Express won the opening game. 4-3 that final score, so they will move on to the semifinal. This is the second quarterfinal of the afternoon. So far, been all Ottawa. They've had the pressure here in the Pittsburgh end. Chance in front as the Gods are able to rim that around the boards, but not out. Board battle. That's Rick Zimick for the Pittsburgh Gods. flips it up and hits the roof here at Haig Bowl, so we get a stoppage with 8:50 to go in the first. Ottawa, a lot of pressure so far early in this opening period. Pittsburgh, though, has one shot, and it was a weak shot from the near side. As actually I look at the Ottawa goaltender, I made a mistake. The goaltender in net for Ottawa this afternoon is Nick Lamb. So Lamb goes in the net for the Ottawa Godfathers. Off the stick, and out of play. Ottawa has that jump so far early in this game. A lot of speed, which has been able to create a lot of scoring chances in the Pittsburgh end. Face-off now right in front of us here. Glad you could join us here on YouTube and Ball Hockey's Facebook as this event and the Clash of the Titan once again produced and streamed by WeeStreem. As we got another stoppage, this one a play right in the face of Ottawa's left winger here on the near side, and that's Marc-Andre Lacasse. So a couple of injuries already. They haven't even played 4 minutes. Face-off now deep in the Ottawa end, one back by Pittsburgh. Ottawa trying to cycle that behind their own zone, and they go behind the net of Lamb. Here come the Godfathers. Break it out, played in. Rethgage comes out of his net to play the ball. And Pittsburgh is offside of the line with 8:12 remaining in the first. No real flow yet so far in this quarterfinal game. There's a lot of whistles, a couple of injuries, and only 2 shots. 1 shot for Ottawa, 1 shot for Pittsburgh. One back cleanly by the Godfathers. Through the neutral zone they come. Here's Rumi. Takes his time, tries to find time and space as he's being pressured by the Pittsburgh defenseman. Rumi, good stick handling skills, keeping the ball in front of him here on the near wall. Around the wall it goes. Good hard board battle as the referees let him play on. Referees today in this game, Lance Gallagher and Dan Conte. Now Barbas tried to play to the neutral zone and play it into the middle, but Ottawa is able to chip it out. Face-off will stay deep into the Ottawa end, the left of the goaltender Nick Lamb. One back, the shot from Pittsburgh, blocked by Ottawa. Stretch pass, onside, first great scoring chance of the game. Beautiful save by Rethgage. Tried to go backhand to the forehand, but a great stop from Rethgage. Absolutely denies Dan Bain-Beausier right on the doorstep. That's just a smart heads-up pass, though, from the Godfathers to be able to see the streaking Bain-Beausier as James Holden. Beautiful pass. Ball flips into the neutral zone. Pushed right back in. And it's called on a head pass, so the ball comes outside the blue line. Game's starting to pick up a little bit in intensity level here. We've seen a great scoring chance now. A lot of board battles already starting to ensue. Face-off, one back by the Pittsburgh Gods. Played into the middle. Thrown in deep, and 2 Gods will chase after James Holden. Played back on the board, right back to James Holden, who just walks behind his own net. Holden looking up floor, trying to find some weight out of this zone. Spins back, and now it'll be played for Mike Henter. Henter spins it around, up the near wall once again. Here's Beech St. Plays back for Henter. Ball flipped to the near wall. Henter off the near boards. Sent in deep. Gage out of his net plays the ball. Pittsburgh now sends it in deep. Icing waved off. Chasing it after it for Pittsburgh. Brian Nath unable to beat it, and the Godfathers take over behind their own zone. Second straight year of the tournament quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals get played here at Haig Bowl and streamed by WeeStream. The players wanted this floor. As I know, the tournament directors were asking if they wanted the BAC floor or this one, and Haig Bowl was unanimously voted on. Good scoring chance. Rebound. What a save by Gage. And we get a stoppage as he denies the break, but Ottawa, a lot of pressure here in the Pittsburgh end. Keep looking at my right to see the scoreboard clock, but unfortunately the new clock they put in here not working. So the only clock available is in the timekeeper box. It reads 5:34, 0-0 game. Pittsburgh now plays it to the near side. Now they find the wall and a way out of their zone right in front of the bench. 3-on-2 across the line. Played to the near side. Into the high slot. Thrown back around deep. Jordan Albright, number 71 for Pittsburgh tonight. Addition to my lineup. And Drew Albright. So both Albrights added to the lineup late. With speed. Referee arm stays down as the Ottawa wanted the hook on the play. But now through Albright. Pittsburgh's offside as Albright checks up. Ottawa able to force the turnover. Good stick though by Dutton. Referee once again says play on as Dan Conte. Hearing it from both teams right now. Albright across the floor. What a pass. The shot just goes high and wide. Now the Godfathers. A very tired Ottawa line. Trying to just get the ball in deep and go for a change, but it's picked off, and here come the Pittsburgh Gods. Fresh set of legs on for Pittsburgh now as they're applying pressure deep in the Ottawa zone. Thrown into the middle. What a pass. The shot. They score! The initial stop was made by Lamb, but it's put in on a rebound, an own goal. The defenseman just tried to clear it away, but he put a stick and put it in, and the Pittsburgh Gods have a 1-0 lead. What a fluky goal, but the Pittsburgh Gods will most definitely take it. It'll be Steve Gregory's goal. Play started from the far wall. What a heads-up pass, though. Gregory streaking into the middle. Lamb with the save, rebound off his own teammate in the net, and it's a 1-0 Gods lead. Ball played in, but it's come right back out. Ottawa trails now 1-0, sends it in east-west across the floor. Pittsburgh, a little bit of life now here. Third shot of the game for them goes in. Played in for Ottawa. Sent right back out. Icing will be called with 3:15 remaining here in the first period. Goals hard to come by. This tournament has been so hard for scorers as the goaltending has been so good Friday and Saturday. You look at the scores, a lot of teams leading their team leaders only 3 or 4 points through 3 games. Face off now. Left of the goaltender. One back to the point. Ottawa able to keep that in. Good patience. Finds time. That'll go up off a stick. And out of play. This faceoff actually going to come outside the blue line, but it will stay in the zone as the stick was outside the line and deflected that ball out of play. Both teams going to make changes here with 2:59 remaining in the period. That ball sent in deep. Icing's waved off, so the Godfathers will chase after it. Played directly out of play. And the faceoff will stay in deep here in the Ottawa end. Pittsburgh wanting to delay a game penalty, but it's not like the NHL. The ball is played right behind the Ottawa net. Here come the Godfathers. Near pass. Trying to connect with Lacasse, unable to get out. The shot, beautiful save by Lamb. Right into the glove, and we get another stoppage. Two other quarterfinals going on today. 11:30 and then 12:45. Then we jump right into the semifinals. Championship game slated 5:30 p.m. Glad you could join us. Ball's played in. Shot denied by Lamb. Mike Purdy trying to spin away from the Pittsburgh God. Now Purdy once again spins away, goes back towards the far side wall. And now leaves it for his defensive partner, Anthony Rea. Rea gets his pocket picked, and the Pittsburgh Gods have the ball. Turns and shoots, scores! The Pittsburgh Gods, offensive pressures, able to just take the ball away, and now they have a 2-0 lead. Ottawa caught sleeping behind their own goal. They were unable to get the ball out. Pittsburgh, good offensive pressure. Pocket picked of Anthony Rea, and they were able to find that scoring chance. And it was just a clean shot that beat Lamb. Ball's thrown in deep. Pittsburgh now with a pretty impressive 2-0 lead here in the opening 12 minutes of play. Good board battle. Thrown out front. Net looks to have come off. The referees stay play on. And now the whistle is blown as the whistle notifies the net has been really dislodged. As we've played nearly 10.5 minutes, 1:23 to go here in the first period. Ottawa needs to find an answer. A goal here would be huge, as it has been all Pittsburgh since that first goal. So Basil Bolos will come in to take the draw for Ottawa. Tries to win that back to the right point. Cleanly did, shot back, just goes wide. Whistle blown, and the ball will come just outside the blue line. A lot of whistles here in this opening period of play. But when you have 20 and 22 players on this roster, fatigue definitely should not be an issue. High flip, icing, automatically waved off. Here's Barbas. Barbas thrown out front, a stick deflected towards the net, one back, tried to get that back to Barbas, but the Godfathers have speed through the neutral zone. Played up the near wall. Pittsburgh, high flip. Icing once again waved off as the ball not going to make it all the way to the line. Now Purdy. Leaves it for Rea, who sends it up the near wall. And icing called, and the ball will come all the way back in the Ottawa end. Just 22 seconds left to tick off the clock here. 2-0 Pittsburgh lead here in the quarterfinals. Last time they met, Friday night, 3-3. So this game is nowhere near over for sure. Ottawa, so much firepower offensively. Ottawa, though, down by 2. Face-off, ball squeaks out right behind the Ottawa centerman. Board battle here as the players trying to find that loose ball. Chipped out, icing waved off. Only 5 seconds left to tick off the clock here. Pittsburgh just trying to hold the ball deep and let the buzzer sound. And as the horn sounds, the Pittsburgh Gods have a 2-0 lead. Quarterfinals Sunday as they have find the only 2 goals in the opening period. Shots on goal, by the way, 6-4 in favor of the Pittsburgh Gods. It's a 2-0 Pittsburgh lead here as we get set for the second period of play. We talked about how these two teams met earlier in the tournament, 3-3 tie. Goaltending, though, it's huge in this tournament. Aaron Haney so far leads the way for the Pittsburgh Gods. Only 1 goal and 2 assists. Leading goal scorer, though, that's Danny Schlegel. 3 goals so far in the clash of the Titans. They have a 2-0 lead as the ball is played deep in the Ottawa end. Teams flip ways, so now the Pittsburgh Gods in white, they'll go right to left across your screen, and Ottawa, who trails by 2, will go left to right. Ball played to the near side, but nobody there for Ottawa, so it'll be claimed by the Gods. Thrown in front. Albright couldn't pull the trigger, so Ottawa has the ball, and they'll start it up on the far wall. Now Albright on the backhand attempt. The pass tried to get it into the middle. Thrown out front. Ottawa has their own ball, and they'll take up a little bit of time here breaking out. Purdy. Little flip pass to the centerman. Pocket picked once again. The shot, good save by Lamb, and that'll be a stoppage, and the faceoff will go to the left of Nick Lamb. Ottawa very carelessly losing balls here in their own end and in the neutral zone. That's the 3rd or 4th time Pittsburgh's been able to break through. Mike Bain to take the draw for the Pittsburgh Gods. Tries to win it back on his backhand, but he's able to break through. And he'll go right behind the goal. Bain thrown to the ground, but he's got support coming in from the winger. Bain, stick lifted right out of his hands, right almost to the roof. Played with a hand. Ottawa will have to touch it, and they do. Played off the glass here in the near wall. Once again, Ottawa ain't able to find a way out. Brian Nath, he had the ball taken away, and Ottawa just sends it in deep. Ref gauge the stop. and we get a stoppage. 10:18 remaining here in the second period. It's a 2-0 Pittsburgh God lead. Schlegel, who we talked about, 3 goals in the tournament, wears number 28. So we'll keep an eye on him. He has 3 goals in 3 games. And he's been a huge part of their offense for Pittsburgh. Second place in the tournament, 2 wins, no losses, and a tie. Here's Schlegel. Good heads-up pass to the far side. What a stop, though. Lamb able to jump over to his left to make that save. Good keep it at the line by Pittsburgh. Ball bounces a few times. Wisely plays it on the far wall. Good hard defensive play, but the Pittsburgh Gods able to come into the high slot. Shot, rebound. Nobody knows where it is as the Gods just trying to swing away at it. Schlegel comes in. Good spinning play. Points wide open for Pittsburgh. Played back, sends it in deep once again. Good offensive pressure here from these 3 on offense for Pittsburgh. Barbish, Schlegel, and Haney, their top line, causing a lot of problems for Ottawa. Ottawa almost caught with too many men on the floor. Icing waved off. Fresh legs on for Pittsburgh as they come behind the goal of Rethgage to the far wall. Icing will go on, and it'll be a stoppage with 9:01 remaining. 2-0 Pittsburgh lead, and they almost made it 3. Nick Lamb, though, able to answer the bell and shut the door. Ottawa has to find a way to be able to get out of their own zone. Pittsburgh pressure right now, relentless. They're trying to keep that 2-goal lead. Face-off cleanly won back by the Godfathers. Pittsburgh with a little bit of time and room. Bigger floor, remember here, as it's not quite an NHL size, but it's much bigger than the Ball Hockey Athletic Center indoor floor, where the game seems so much faster. Players know where to hide on that floor. High flip, that'll come out of the zone. Pittsburgh's just going to go for a change. Spun back in. Shot, good save. Rethgage, blocker save, turns it aside as he was able to see that shot from Zach Rumi. High flip, off the wall. Icing called against Pittsburgh with 8 minutes remaining here in the period. As mentioned, 2 other quarterfinals still yet to go. The one game this morning already taken place midnight. They were able to move on, a 4-3 win over the Americans. 11:30 scheduled time for the next quarterfinal. 12:45 will be the final quarterfinal. Then we'll be down to 4 teams competing for the cash prizes. Ball just flips into the middle. Back to the point. Played in by Ottawa. That was John Cody at the line. Spun around. Now Ottawa trying to throw that out front. Henter threw that towards the goal. Now with speed. Good defensive play, though, by Cody. John Cody tried to play that one near the bench wall. Doesn't work, and the Pittsburgh Gods were able to come right back in the zone. Weak pass. Would have had a lot more time if the pass was there for Albright. Albright. His pass intended to go into the middle high slot. That was intended for Pedio. The ball's loose. Whistle blows. And now, little rough stuff ensuing here in the near corner as Albright getting into it with an Ottawa Godfather. Can't see what number that is, but they were pushing and shoving back towards the faces. And I think cooler heads will prevail, and the referee is going to let him play. 7:03 2-0 game. So the face-off will come to the right of the goaltender, Nick Lamb. Pittsburgh allowing a little bit of cracks in their game here as Ottawa trying to rough it up a little bit. Face-off's going to come outside as the defenseman came in. Ball sent in deep. Ottawa now. Icing waved off. Here's Jared Hershik. Ball cycles on the far wall, chipped out. Now for Mike Bain. Throws that one in front, but Lamb's there, and he'll smother it up for the whistle. Pittsburgh been a lot smarter with the ball so far early in this game. We still have 6:32 remaining in the second period, but they've had the majority of the possession, a lot of scoring chances. Game could be a lot more than 2-0, but Lamb has been good so far for the Ottawa Godfathers. Clean win for Ottawa. Around the wall, Ottawa now. High slot. Once again unable to get that ball out as the pressure from Pittsburgh keeps it in the high slot. On the backhand of the forehand, what a play. But the ball just went wide on the release. Little push on the back. Once again, referee's letting him play. Toe drag, but a better defensive spin. To the point. Slap pass doesn't go. Rebound. Net comes off, and we get a stoppage. What an offensive little possession here for the Pittsburgh Gods. 3 great scoring chances in about 30 seconds. Keeping Ottawa on their toes here. 6:02 remaining here in the second. Good thing about this tournament, these two teams, they get to see each other. Of course, they go play in other big North American tournaments, but when they come here to clash, they know what they're going to expect. And that's why it draws a big crowd, and we thank you for tuning in on Ballhockey.com's YouTube. This is produced by WeeStream, of course, who partners with Ballhockey.com to bring you one of the best tournaments in North America, the Clash of the Titans. Thrown on the backhand. The ball will be kept in by Pittsburgh. Spinning away from trouble, just pulling it behind the own floor. Pidio threw that out front. No, excuse me, that was Gregory. Gregory, 23 for Pittsburgh. Ottawa trying to work that out here on the near wall. Referees not calling it as he slipped away. Now up the near wall for the Godfathers. That shot, what a block. Pushing it. Here's Gregory. He has 2 Pittsburgh Gods coming in late. Gregory, the pass to the far wall. Defenseman jumps in to join the play as the Gods go for a change. Fresh legs coming on for Pittsburgh. 5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Ottawa starts things up on the near side. Here's Bain to Beaujeu. Pressure not going to be enough. Pittsburgh able to clear that zone. 2-on-2 across the line. And the ball will get tipped out of play, and we get a stoppage with 4:28 remaining here in the second. Ottawa just trying to find a way to break through. Not a lot of shots. They only have 1 shot so far here in the second period. They only had 4 in the first. Shots, by the way, right now, 13-5 in favor of the Pittsburgh Gods. That shot blocked. Once again, they're unable to clear those. It's just played into the high slot. Nath was able to get that back to the point. There's a shot. Good stop by Lamb. Now the Godfathers. Biondo. 3 Godfathers. Biondo streaking in late. He's in the high slot. The shot was blocked. Back to the point. That right out of play as it flipped up. And the shot coming from the Godfathers, number 91, Mike Henter, off the end of the blade and out of play. 3:53. It's a 2-0 Pittsburgh lead here in quarterfinal Sunday. Both teams will change up. Pittsburgh goes back to their line that has been causing a lot of pressure and a lot of problems for Ottawa. As Albright centers this line, and he'll chase it after it now. Here is Jordan Albright. Albright, those bright yellow shoes on. Comes into the high slot. The shot just misses wide as it catches the base of the net. Ottawa flip. That gets picked right off by Pittsburgh. Quickly turns and fires, but it's blocked. Board battle here continues on the near wall. Thrown over for Petio. Now into the middle. This has been that line. Petito, Gregory, and Albright so far have been causing a lot of problems for Ottawa as their pressure and speed has kept them in the Ottawa end. Ottawa now will change up the offense, so will Pittsburgh. As the pace slows down a little bit. Thrown in as Jared Heshik will go off for the change as he just gets it in deep. Good vision here from Pittsburgh. Better stick from Ottawa's now as they come out across the floor east-west. That pass picked off. Schlegel. He tried to throw that up the floor, but icing will be called. And we get a stoppage, 2:13 left to go here in the middle frame. Just that lone shot so far for Ottawa here in the second period. And this will be an excellent chance. A deep offensive zone face-off for Ottawa. Little over 2 minutes to go. The face-off was won back by Ottawa, but now the Pittsburgh Gods have control as they throw it around the wall. Good pressure, though, from Ottawa to keep that in. Now a 2-on-1 with a chaser back. And the Pittsburgh Gods clear offside at the line to get a stoppage with 1:49 to go in the second. Pittsburgh, though, they've been able to keep up their speed, which they had since the opening ball drop. Ottawa a step behind all afternoon. So right back to that intensity line for Pittsburgh is Albright. Unable to win that draw. Ottawa get it in deep, but a good defensive play to pinch. Now Gregory. He throws that one, a kick save. Rebound almost went to the stick of Albright. Now 2-on-2 across the line. There's a blast from Ottawa. Rebound, scores! A heads-up play for the Ottawa Godfathers. Pull the trigger, get a rebound, and the ball bounces right in front. What a heads-up play. Perfect rebound shot. The shot came off the stick of Zach Rumi, but it was put away by Mike Purdy, the streaking centerman who came in late, and Purdy cuts the lead in half, and now it's a 2-1 game. Sloppy draw will do it again as the Godfathers have to put in a new centerman. 2-1 game, and that's a little bit of life for Ottawa. A late goal in the second period. Only their third shot of the period. Third shot of the period. and 7th shot of the contest. Ottawa now a little bit of life as they have some zone time. That pass was intended to go to the far side for Petito. Now he has it. Off his backhand and out of play. And the Pittsburgh bench will send out 3 fresh forwards. 52.5 seconds left to tick off the clock. It's a 2-0. It was a 2-0 rather, Pittsburgh lead, and now it's cut in half to 2-1 as Mike Purdy has scored for the Godfathers. Face-off won back by Pittsburgh. Rimmed around the boards to the near side. Here's Schlegel. The pass was up through the middle, and it was Haney. These are the top line now for the Pittsburgh Gods on. Haney and Schlegel, 1-2 in scoring. Nice little play. Good sliding check. The shot high and wide. Net way off. And the referee, Lance Gallagher, blows it down with 18 and 1 millisecond left to tick off the clock here in period 2. Pittsburgh trying to hold on and keep this 2-1 and take it into the intermission. Ottawa, though, find a little bit of life. A little bit of life here in the end of the second period. Adam Joel wins that draw for Ottawa. Purdy, the goal scorer, back to the point. Purdy, of course, was that guy that came streaking in and had his stick down, put home the garbage. That shot goes wide, the horn sounds. So it's 2-1 Pittsburgh at the end of 24 minutes of play. 12 minutes left in this quarterfinal matchup, but the Pittsburgh Gods have the 1-goal lead. Third period underway. Only 12 minutes left here in this quarterfinal matchup. It's a 2-1 Pittsburgh God lead. Icing called as the pass was intended to go into the middle, but it's not going to be caught. And we'll go all the way back at the Pittsburgh end. Shots through 2 periods, 13-8 in favor of the Pittsburgh Gods. Pittsburgh, who literally probably had control for about 21 minutes of the 24, dominated the first 2 periods, but then Ottawa found some life late. Mike Purdy was able to come in, put in a 2-1 goal, and then they dominated the last couple of minutes. As it seems to be a floor problem as the goaltender of Rethgage trying to clean the floor. So far, though, it has been a Pittsburgh dominance here in this quarterfinal matchup. Glad you could join us here on Ballhockey.com. Coverage of the Clash of the Titans. Of course, this is produced by WeeStreem. We thank you for joining us as we try to get the floor ready and get you set for more quarterfinal action here at the Clash of the Titans. Face-off will come to the right of the goaltender. That shot from Purdy just missed wide. Ball's caught, put down by the Gods. 3-on-3 across the blue line. This is their big line. Haney, the shot, couldn't get it through. Blocked, and it'll be controlled by Purdy for the Godfathers. Taking his time, trying to find a little bit of movement from his Godfathers. Haney and Purdy just having a little stare down here as Haney finally comes to the near wall. Pass couldn't get through and into the zone, and the Gods will just wisely dump it in deep. They'll go for a full change. Haney looking to find his way to the bench. Good pass. Poked away, though, by the defenseman for Pittsburgh. Now the Gods in the near side. Shot. Good stop by the goaltender, Lamb. Now to the blue line. Shot. Winds and fires. Celebrating a little premature. Did not go in, and now the Gods have to get back. It's a 2-on-2 across the blue line. East-west pass. Played off the wall by Pittsburgh. And Albright takes possession here, and he'll go dump it in and get his own loose ball. Albright with speed, spins back towards the net, threw it out front. Ball's played with a good stick. And Ottawa now has possession. Fresh legs coming out for Pittsburgh here. 9:40 left to play here in the third period. Up towards the bench. Fresh bodies on for both teams now as the ball's sent in. Lamb just going to wisely hold on and get a stoppage with 9:24 remaining here in the third period. Such a bigger floor here at Haig Bowl, and it's a different game than at the BAC. Where I just happened to be talking to Kevin St. Jean, who was coach of the Niagara Saints this weekend, a team that played both of these teams. A younger team that was put together to fill in for a team that was unable to make this weekend's tournament. And he was talking about how big this floor is and how it's almost easier to see the play, and you have a little more room playing on this big floor. And it's a reason why teams loves playing here. The BAC is just more of a run-and-gun game. A very transition game, whereas here, a lot more skill required, a lot more passing, and you're able to see plays unfold. Players getting antsy here, trying to jump as the referee, Dan Conte, taking his time with this draw, really making it picture perfect. Swung on, and it's won by the Pittsburgh Gods as they're able to poke that one deep. Now the Godfathers will start things up here on the near side. A shot way out of play, and that'll come outside the line, and the Godfathers will lose the zone. Do or die for both these teams, of course, as it's a 2-1 game. Here with only 8:46 remaining in the third. Midnight, another big favorite in this tournament. They won their quarterfinal matchup earlier this morning, 4-3. Godfathers will just send that one deep off the stick of Jason Craig. High ball won by the Godfathers. The shot, though, blocked. Rumi had his pocket picked. Godfathers there. Back for Rumi now on the far wall. That's going to come out. Jason Craig plays catch with Rumi. High flip off the roof, and that'll come back just outside the bench of the Ottawa Godfathers. .8:14 left to go here, third period rather. Shots 14-8 in favor of the Pittsburgh Gods. Tried to flip the one between the D, but the Godfathers are going to smother that up. Dumped in deep. Here's Bain Bijou. Chasing it after for the Godfathers. Ball's going to come out for Purdy. Purdy, the lone goal scorer. And offside is called, and the pass will come right back to where we just last dropped the ball, outside the Ottawa bench. Ottawa has to go back to what they were doing in the last 3 minutes of that second period. They were able to get balls on net, and they were the first one to each loose ball in the offensive corners. Right now, they're trying to get a little too cute, making passes like that up the middle. Last one just offside. Once again, try to go through the D. Now they go in deep, but the Godfathers are going to be the ones chasing this loose ball. Here comes Pittsburgh now into the middle. With speed, here's Barbas. He got a little held up, but he's able to control the ball. Barbas on his backhand. The shot spun away from the little trouble, but he unable to get it on the cage, rather. The ball played for Barbas, spins and fires. Good stop by Lamb. Just thrown around the far wall, and Ottawa will take over in their own zone. Fresh bodies coming on for the Godfathers and Gods. Henter leaves it for Purdy, who stands behind Lamb, taking his time and allow a breakout. Back for Purdy. 6 minutes, 40 seconds remaining here in the third period. 2-1 Pittsburgh lead. Alex Martin tried to get that one up the middle, but here comes the speedy number 71 of Jordan Albright. Albright can't miss him with those shoes on. Now to the far point, the shot. Rebound out front. What a stop by Lamb. Is he able to find that loose ball trickling in the crease? Puts his glove down and we get a stoppage. And now Albright having some words with a Godfather. Ottawa not liking the speed of Albright, as he's been really good so far for Pittsburgh in this game. His speed adds so much offensively for the Pittsburgh Gods. Ball down, sticks down, and here we go with 6:11 to go here in the third period. Now Alex Martin for the Godfathers. Just plays it behind his own goal, and Jason Craig start things up with a breakout on the far wall. Adam Joel, he's out-muscled by the Pittsburgh Gods, and they come back behind their own net to the near side. High and too high, and it'll hit the roof, so the ball will stay deep in the Pittsburgh end. Pittsburgh just trying to hold on here. 5 minutes, 44 seconds. And the way this game's been going, shots have been low, scoring chances have been rather low. this could be the final. It's a matter of how Pittsburgh will be able to hold off the Ottawa Godfathers. They've done a good job so far through 29 minutes of play out of the possible 36. Ball's able to come out of the zone, but Ottawa is just flicking that back in. Gregory high and right to the Ottawa bench, so we get a stoppage. Be sure to join us all day here from Haig Bowl Arena in St. Catharines, Ontario, as it is the Clash of the Titans Championship Sunday of the 2019 edition. Quarterfinal matchup number 2 underway right now, brought to you by WeeStreem. Proud partners with Ballhockey.com. So the ball is deflected, and the ball will stay deep in the Pittsburgh end. Big draw. Poulos, he wins it back. Now to the point, time and space, slap shot. Clear though vision from the goaltender, makes the stop. Ball's kept in by the Godfathers. Purdy has one, tries for another one. And he's able to make the stop. And now this game's getting a little more chippy with a little over 5 minutes remaining here in the third period. Rethgage made the stop and then coming in after Purdy's shot. A couple of forwards for the Godfathers having it right behind the net of Rethgage as Poulos gave a good shot to, I believe, Gregory. But that's what this is all about. Dan Gregory just walks off wisely. Doesn't take a retaliation penalty. These two teams don't like each other. We'll see who ends up prevailing here. It's a 2-1 Pittsburgh lead. Under 5 to play here in the third. The ball hockey, bar none, though. Top-notch ball hockey here in St. Catharines. And a pass is waved off. That pass was intended to go to the far side. Albright the shot. That's blocked. Now Jordan Albright on his backhand just throws the ball around. Albright taking a beating in front of the net of Nick Lamb. Good pinch, the shot, that goes wide. This is Ryan Dutton. Dutton just out muscling the Godfathers right now. Whistle finally blown as the ball was right underneath the defenseman for Ottawa. And we get a stoppage. 3:56 to go here in the third period. The faceoff will come to the right of Nick Lamb. So the big line for the Pittsburgh Gods will come on to go against one of the top lines for Ottawa. The draw will be Haney for Pittsburgh and Dutton for Ottawa. Excuse me, Adam Joel for Ottawa. Dutton 15 on Pittsburgh, of course. Board battle here in the near wall. Haney able to flip that one around. Schlegel trying to cut to the middle. He gets his pocket picked. And the ball will come outside the zone. Pittsburgh will have to clear. Rick Zimick. Good heads-up pass for Haney. Schlegel going to the net. They try to throw that to him. But it's off a stick. And they'll go for a change. Fresh body comes on. Here's the third line now for Pittsburgh. Thrown in at the goal, and Rethgage will just smother it for a whistle. 3:02 left to play here in the third period. Quarterfinal number 2. Intensity picks up each second as we get an inch closer to that 5:30 start time for the championship game. There's so much money on the line for these teams and so much pride as well. These teams see each other so many tournaments. Of course, when they go to play in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and a big one here, the Clash of the Titans. Ball comes outside the line. Thrown back in. They have to clear those. They're offside. Now to the far wing. Anderson plays it here to the near side for Gregory. Rimmed around the wall. Anderson has it. Dan Gregory. This is the Gregory line with Anderson, Steve, and Dan Gregory. Godfathers, though, able to break that out, but it's off the defenseman's stick of Dutton and out of play. .224 left to go here, third period. Ottawa has to start thinking about maybe pulling their goaltender. They trail by 1 here in the quarterfinals. No sign of it yet, but this might be the first sign as the Ottawa Godfathers call timeout. Ottawa, of course, going to try to find a way to get through the middle. They were able to in the latter half of that second period, where they're able to get balls deep, and they were the first ones there. But if you look at the rest of this game and you see who's had possession, Pittsburgh has had the majority of the speed and control, with Ottawa trying to play catch-up, and they've only been able to muster up 10 shots so far. Pittsburgh, 15. So scoring chances hard to come by here in this quarterfinal matchup. It's a 2-1 lead for the Pittsburgh Gods. You take a look at the Pittsburgh bench. Albright so far has impressed me with his speed. Not only that, but his vision offensively on the offensive side of the floor. So his line will come on. And the big line for Ottawa will go up against them here. The goaltender will stay in the net, so Nick Lamb stays in. As the face-off will be deep in the Pittsburgh's end with 2:24 left to play here in the period. Be sure to give WeeStreem a like. Follow WeeStream on Facebook and their website, of course, as they're proud to bring you the pretty pictures and the sounds from the 2019 Clash of the Titans Championship Sunday. Glad you could be a part of this one here on Ballhockey.com's Facebook page. Or YouTube, wherever you're watching. So now Ottawa. Here's Boulos. Goaltender. He's now going to the net. Flipped up. That'll stay in the Pittsburgh end as it's tipped out of play. And the face-off will come into the right of the goaltender, Rethgage. So Nick Lamb now will go to the bench. And the Ottawa Godfathers will send a 6th attacker on the floor. So Zach Rumi, the big left-handed shot, comes on in replace of Nick Lamb. Adam Joel will take the draw here. Adam Joel tried to win it on his backhand, lost it, but it's kept in by Purdy. Purdy on his backhand tried to throw that to Rumi. Now the Pittsburgh Gods try to send that one towards the cage. 2-on-1 on an empty net. The shot is blocked. Good block by the defenseman for the Godfathers. Off the foot of, I believe, Anthony Rea. Hard stick. Now the Godfathers come into the middle. Chipped and once again out of play at the bench as the Rumi just couldn't get that in, and we got a stoppage with 1:35 left to go here in the third. Face off now. Ball comes outside, so the goaltender Nick Lamb will go back in the net. Pittsburgh had a chance to end that one. Could have made it a 3-1 game and probably put the nail in the coffin, but they just couldn't get it through. Purdy putting and logging a lot of minutes here for Ottawa on the blue line. Empty net once again. Forward battle here in the near wall. Played back for Purdy. The shot goes through a bunch of legs, but just whistles wide. Purdy Not a lot of pressure from this Pittsburgh offense high on the point. And that goes out of play. And it's a good soak from Schlegel. Take a look at the scoreboard, a 1:08 remaining. So 68 seconds is all that is separating the Pittsburgh Gods from moving on here. Godfathers need a goal. Still 6 black on the floor against 5 white with a goaltender in the net for Pittsburgh. Played in. We're under a minute to go here in the third. Crosses the blue line towards the net. Just trickles wide. Icing waved off. 45 seconds left to go. Here's Purdy. Purdy's been on for about 4 straight minutes. Played in. Purdy's going to join the rush. Sent on. And icing is called. The Pittsburgh bench thinks it's deflected. But the referees, Lance Gallagher and Dan Conte, say no. So icing called with exactly 35 seconds to go. Pittsburgh still has their timeout. I can't expect them to use it and allow Ottawa to draw up a play. Purdy stays on. Sees their big shot from the point. Has that only goal so far in this game. Adam tried to just spin and fire. That one will be sent down. Icing called, and we've killed 7 more seconds, so 28.1 to go. Pittsburgh, of course, will take an ice after ice if it's just going to kill a little bit of time. So Adam once again trying to win this draw back on his backhand. Purdy in the spot where he wants it. Ball's dropped. Thrown around to the far wall and out of play. Tipped once again, the ball stays in, and 8 seconds this time have been killed off the clock. So 21 seconds to go here in the third. 2-1 lead, 21 seconds is what separates the Gods from moving on to play in the semifinals. Ball's down. Ball's going to stay deep here in the Pittsburgh end. Thrown towards the front. Kept in. Off the shoe of the defenseman. Spins and fires. Can't get it towards the net. Only 2 seconds on the clock. Not going to be enough time. The Pittsburgh Gods move on to the semifinal after a 2-1 win. 2-1 your final score. The Godfathers just a little bit short. They came up with all this pressure late in the second period, and all in the third period they come up with the pressure. But the Pittsburgh Gods able to hold them off and a win by a final score of 2-1. So 2-1 your final score here in the second quarterfinals. 2 teams are now through. Midnight Express moved on, 4-3 win over the Americans. And the Gods beat the Godfathers 2-1 here in quarterfinal number 2. The Orangemen will come on. They'll come on to take the quarterfinal number 3. We'll pause. We'll come back. You're watching live coverage of the Clash of the Titans quarterfinal games here from Haig Bowl in St. Catharines, Ontario on WeeStream. More quarterfinal action coming up next right here from Haig Bowl.